Howdy folks, just like moms. I had a niece ask me how to make cornbread, so it's going to be pretty quick, and after I get through I'm going to tell a story, one of my family stories. So this won't take long. If you don't know how to make southern cornbread the way we make it, I use Martha White cornbread mix, but any kind. You can get your own, whatever you like. I use a cup of the cornmeal mix. I put about what's a half of a quarter cup, Delmer?
Eighth.
That's what I thought. You can tell I've been out of school for a while. I use about eighth of a little bit of flour, and I'm going to pour some milk in it, and you can use buttermilk if you like. And mix this up, and doesn't take long. We put our oven on 450, and so I mix it up, and I'll throw an egg in it. And you know, you can do all kinds of stuff with cornbread. You can put it in soup beans, which that's what we're having tonight. We're gonna have soup beans and greens and fried potatoes and baked cornbread. Later on another one, I'll show y'all how to fry cornbread. So, I've already put grease in my skillet. Now with my mom, she would put grease in the skillet, put it in the oven, get that oven sky blazing hot, and then she would pull that out and pour that grease right in this cornbread. Well, you can do that, but it's not going to make one bit of difference in the taste if you want to do that. I pour grease in it, and then I run the grease around. And actually, this has got more grease in it than what I like. Delmer's trying to kill us because he poured this. So since we got a little bit of grease, but it's cold, pour a little bit of grease in it. So my mom said that's to keep it from sticking. But I like to pour my grease in it and wipe up the excess, since we got heart problems. And it tastes just as good. And I put the oven on 450, as I said. Pretty well, don't even preheat it. I just turn it on and let it bake until it gets golden brown. And I'll be back here in a little bit. Well, here's story time, guys. As I said, you know, this cornbread I'm fixing for my niece, so I'm going to try to think of a story to put in there about her. And my dad. Actually, we was going over to my brother's, and the kids was in my car, and my mom and dad was in the car in front of us going to the farm. And my dad had this, I don't know cars, my dad had this car that, what would you call it, Delmer? Like a miniature station wagon. Is that what you'd call it, Delmer?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. He's not been very helpful today. We've already been into an argument over dinner, so I'll be lucky to get him come and socialize with y'all. But anyway, so we're going over, and we've got my kids, we've got Jerry's kids, and we're in a little Pinto, and in the Pinto, Jerry had 6 kids. And we had, I think we had 4 at the time. I think it was born at that time. But anyway, so we're going over on the farm, and my dad's car, the muffler, if you hit a bump, it would, the muffler would fall down and drag on the ground. So we're going over there, and my mom hit a bump because she was the designated driver all the time. And my kids would call her and Dad, because they'd take them to school. I'm telling you another story right now. They'd take them to school in the morning because I worked. And they called Mamaw, hit them all, and Papaw, miss them all. So it was according to who was driving. My dad would miss every bump and drive slow. My mom would hit every bump in the road. It's like she aimed for them. So that's what my kids call them. Oh, hit 'em all's taking us to school today, or miss 'em all's taking us to school Thursday and Friday or whatever. But anyway, back to Kelly. So, but in my Pinto, what I'd have to do, because these kids wanted to ride together, I would take the biggest ones and I'd layer them, because we had this little Pinto, and I'd layer them. And I'd put the bigger one, I'd tell all the bigger ones to get on the bottom. Sometimes you could get 3 in there, and sometimes you could get 4 on the bottom. It's just according, and then you do another row. And if we done 3, we done like 2 or 3, and then we'd put 1 on top of them. But you know, we had at least 3 layers at all times. Well, we're driving, we're watching Mom, those kids are looking to see what's going on. And my mom hit a bump and the muffler came out and you could hear it dragging. You could see the sparks of flying, and finally she stops, and you see my dad open the car door, and he just bends over, because he's got his rag in a glove. And he just bends over and he reaches under there and he's going to fix that muffler. And Kelly's sitting up where she can see what's going on. She said, "Oh no, my papa fell out of the car again." And so, you know, they had seen this all the time. We said, "Do what?" She said, "Yeah, he falls out all the time." And we have laughed about that and everything, but that's the difference in a child's perspective. So we got over there and we told Dad, I said, "Well, Kelly thinks all this time that you've been bending over fixing the muffler that Mom has to stop for you to get back in the car, because she thought you was falling out of the car. All she's ever apparently seen is you looking down underneath the car." So that was one of our memories of them, and it was funny. But before I go, I need to give a shout out to my #1 fans, and that is Bailey and Nikita. And I'll just tell you what, I was at the ball game and last year, and Bailey came running over. We was leaving, and Bailey came running over, hollering, "Connie, Connie!" And I turn around and I look, and she says, "Just like Mom's, I'm your #1 fan." And Nikita, they was talking about what they watched on YouTube, and at their youth group. And Nikita said, "We watch Isabel's grandmother and grandfather on YouTube." And the man said, the youth pastor said, "Well, what do you mean?" And so they told him that I had this YouTube channel, so all the youth group watched me. And I'll go down the road or something, and every now and then I'll hear, "Just like Mom's." So, you know, but I just love my 2 little fans. They really supported me, and they're just sweet little girls. And I just wanted to say howdy to you. I haven't seen you for a while. Maybe I'll see you at my granddaughter's. Anyway, here's the rest of the cornbread. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. None of my likes looks like, you know, I know you're always watching them, because I just keep it growing, and I really appreciate it. But there is, I don't know if I don't know how to write and reply or anything. So if I haven't done that, I'm sorry. I'm going to get my grandson to help me. Talk to you later. Okay, guys, the cornbread's done. Actually, it's a little bit browner than what I like it. I got busy watching TV, and it got browner than what I wanted. But I'm going to cut out a small piece, let you all look at it. That's going to go into our, can you see that good, Delmer? Get a close-up of it. On these blazes.
The only way to get it closer is to put it on a plate or something.
Okay, how's that?
Good. That's the top and the back. There's your sides. Looks good.
Okay, guys. Don't forget to like and share. I would appreciate it, and subscribe. See you later.